first I want to thank you for listening to the issues I brought this week as a department. However, I have a meeting with you, Mayor, and you said you were going to get ready and never heard back from you at all. We have a few more questions and we'll get the answers today. I'm still waiting to hear, still waiting to hear back from you or anybody else regarding that. I mean, you in our meetings that you come speak to the board about it. I haven't heard anything, so I'm not sure what's going on. I also had a meeting with you, or discussion with you about the pond a few months ago. I get to hear back from him as well. I haven't heard him talk about it on a date on the monthly, said who he's meeting with, what he's doing. So I'm not sure where that project is or going or anything else, but I've seen other projects come in, be okay, work done and moved on and we're done. But somehow, I don't know, I just think nobody actually ever on it. Also, did you know that you can put that on the agenda for next month? Have a public comments regarding the city? You can add that to the agenda so people can actually come in and actually hear from people rather than just your neighbors. Because with all due respect, none of you are my neighbors, so none of you would be coming to me asking my opinion on chickens or anything else. So instead of saying, oh, well, let's talk to our neighbors, why not put it on the agenda, have an open discussion so people can come in and comment on it? Because that's truly the only way we're able to comment on anything. Because even on your agenda you put up, we can only discuss non-agenda items. Well, we can only discuss non-agenda items. What exactly are we going to talk about? Your agenda said non-agenda items. Non-agenda. So if it's on the agenda, I can't speak on it. Just like the fire truck. You okayed that, no public comment on that. You okayed something last month, again, no public comment whatsoever. What exactly are we supposed to do public comment if we can't discuss the things that are on the agenda? I don't get it. I've gone to millions of, not millions, but a lot of city councils all across this country. There's always public comment on things before we pass them. Not, oh, let me go talk to my neighbors. That's just not how I work. I appreciate how far you've come in the little time that I've seen. In the first meeting I came here, I couldn't even follow what was going on. So I appreciate some of the changes you made. So I can make it follow a bit better, but again, we're just not, I can't follow along with everything you're doing. Again, if there's no public comment and there's no room for public comment and you can't comment on something that's not on the agenda, when exactly can we comment? And I say again, none of you are my neighbors, so you're not gonna knock on my door and ask me what I think of these things.
Ms. Davis, you want to talk about administration, official decisions?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Good day, you guys know Talisha Reyes. So my question is for last month, I have a question. If you all had voted on changing the minutes, to be honest, with Councilwoman Woodley today, I enjoyed it. Because even though it was just chickens, it was the whole point, it was a discussion. It was a discussion of why she feels, the way she feels, and then you all, vice versa, went back and forth with the discussion. Last month, it was the orders that you all passed. I want to know why you all voted. The ones that voted yes. I want to know why you all changed things now. As far as you having the right to come and live here, anybody having the right to come and live here and speak. Like I'm piggybacking off of Mr. Holmes, so I'm not going to be wrong. But these are my questions. Why is it that we're changing the structure of how we're coming to these meetings to participate, to ask questions about what's going on in our community? And you guys are picking to this limit, or just like you just said, make it precise or make it this and that. Why? Because if you do it, I did it with the agenda for this month. I was denied. So I got 3 minutes to talk. So if anyone comes, it's like we got to write down for us to discuss to the council what we got to talk about. But I want more precise and more direct things on you all voting on the right to vote. Like, why did you change it? And why did you all say yay, yay? Why was that? I want to know, just like you guys just explained the chicken coop. explain that to me as a citizen on why things are changing. Why? Why is it that you all, I feel like taking people, like some up here and speak and say whatever, you don't want to hear, you don't have to speak on it. But that's something in the agenda that I want to know. I want to stop seeing stuff being just passed through and you all talking to us as citizens that actually take our time to come out here to see what's going on in our community. Like, it has to stop to where you all are talking to us as citizens. I agree with, Councilman Whiteside. Talk to us, cause you guys are making decisions for us, but we're putting you here for the righteousness of making the decisions for equality. So a lot of equality it's not happening right now. And it's like dictatorship to me. So it's like if you wanna discuss a chicken coop, and I'm all for it, discuss everything, explain everything to the people on why you guys are changing the city ordinances. Explain, give us that description on why you feel what you feel, and let us talk back. Like, put that, that passed last month, which I feel like you guys should address again because it wasn't passed correctly. But why is it? Why are we changing the 3-minute rule? Why are we changing that we gotta write things down and you have to authorize it to say if we're gonna talk about it? These are the things that I wanna know, because it's like interacting with the city, and the city interacting with us as a community.
Okay, thank you both. Council members, y'all got anything you want to say to these on?
Greg and I had a conversation the other day, and I won't go into great lengths about it and all, but at some point, I think as a city council, that there is a possibility we need to sit down and just kind of discuss, just a few ramifications of some things, maybe that we should offer to the public in the near future. I really don't want to go into details because I don't have a set standard of things or how I would want to present it, but I think that it would be an open door for the community. I think it would be an open door for us to be able to build relations and be able to talk about a few things. One of the things that I told Greg, I don't want to get in something that is confrontational between the public and the board in any kind of way, but I do want what she was talking about, open discussion for bring forward us to be able to look at some things. There might be some things that we can be able to address and satisfy the public on. And then there's probably gonna be some things that we're not gonna have the answers to. But I think we owe it to the citizens of Charleston that we listen to the concerns, and if we can address them, that we address them, and if we can't, then we try to come up with the best possible solution that we can for them. I'm a person, when I came on, when we talked before, I'm open, I'm transparent, and I want people to be that way with me. And I'm not talking about I'm talking about everybody. So when I talk to individuals, when I leave a conversation, either we agree to disagree, or either we've solved our problem. One of the two things. We agree to disagree, we solved our problems. So I just, at some point, if we could, I don't know the proper procedure, meeting in closed doors, talking to one council member at a time because of the sunshine law or what have you. But I would just like to discuss, and just kind of get your idea on what you guys think about, because I think in order for us to build a gap between this town, and I'm just talking about this town, I think that we need to hear what they have to say, and then I think we need to look and try to find possible solutions. And if we can't, then that's one thing, but if we can, then we work toward it instead of, just a kind of an open door policy. That's what.
I'd like to make a statement. I've been on here 2 years and filled a 2-year term. And from what I've seen, I was elected as, in this position, as we all were, with the exception of you right now, but, and this is something we do voluntarily. We do not get paid for it. And I've been learning. I did not, I didn't get a list of what I was supposed to do except to look at this packet, listen to we hired a city manager to run the city, and he tells us what we're supposed to do, tells us what's going on. It's our responsibility to read this stuff and learn about it, keep him in check, and then he's supposed to keep other people in check. And from what I've living here in the city rather, I've been here for over 30 years or more, but in the city, I've been here for maybe 18, and I've seen we've had some turnover in the city managers. We've not had that many great ones. But right now, as I said, our city is growing. I think it's growing better. Greg is very involved. He's personal with the city. He has family here. He's more than qualified than anybody else that we could have hired that wanted to apply for city manager. I think he's saving us money, and we are getting our ducks in a row as far as getting behind on some of the city managers that we've had in the past. And then with Charm and Love's Truck Stop, and just a lot of things are happening that are good. And I'm not saying that we don't need to continue to keep on working, and we were always going to be needing to do things to the betterment. I just don't, from what I understood, that this wasn't a platform for everybody to come up here and talk about what they want to do to better the company, the city, because this meeting is going to go on forever. And so there has to be protocols. If you want something, take it to the city manager, see what he can do about it. I mean, when I wanted the chickens, I sent a email to Greg with an ordinance from this, and then he put it on here. And of course, everybody's reaction was kind of negative, and I'm not surprised. And so I might not get this from what I saw everybody and how they reacted, and kind of laughed, and I don't want this, and we need to check this out. So we're not sold on, and some people get upset because they bring stuff. Why can't you let ATVs run in the street? Why can't you do that? All you gotta do is do it. The council needs to take time to assess, as you said, on the chickens. We need to take time to assess and make sure that all things are looked at, and to do stuff like that. So things take time. I've had people, since I've been on the council, I've had people call me and say, why are you doing this? I want this. And my answer is, go talk to Greg, write out your stuff, do your research, because we all don't have time to do the research. We need to let other people, and then when we get the research, and Greg, we can sit there and sort it out. But this is not a platform to let these meetings go on and on and on. And then I do know that as far as the route that we took here, to have these requests be done, this is what a lot of the other cities are doing, to keep their meetings at bay, to cause not arguments. So it's not that we don't want to listen to our citizens. And I do think that there needs to be a platform. But I don't know that a city council meeting, because we've got a lot of important stuff to go through and to see. He's doing his job, we're paying for it. And if he doesn't, then he won't have a job anymore, which we've done that before.
Well, maybe I said this the wrong way. I wasn't talking about this platform here. Greg is doing a wonderful job. We sit down and talk. He gave me the insights to everything that he had changed. But there has to be a platform for the citizens to be able to talk to the administrators here in Charleston, to be able to voice their opinions. Maybe it might not be to voice their opinions to us. You know, there are other platforms, other clubs here in Charleston that can open up a forum for citizens to be able to just air what they feel, and then we look at those items and see if that is a city council, if that is something that the city council needs to address. That's what I meant. So, yeah, you're right, we've got too much going on here, but there is a platform that we can have to where we hear what they have to say, and we decide whether or not that is a city council issue that we can take up and look at.
You're right, and, but we can't listen to, people come in with an issue. If we get blindsided, we don't have the research.
That's why I said another format.
Well, that's why I said it the way it is. They can express their opinion, we turn it over to the city manager. He researches the ordinances, whatever needs to be done, and then gets back to us. That's the operator. We hear the complaint, all the praise, everyone knows the complaints. But then it goes together, and it comes to you. But who runs the day-to-day operation? We don't. We study the agenda and take a look at the business. Approve or disapprove, whatever he's presented.
No. I'm asking,
The comment section is already on.
I'm sorry, I'm here for the chair. The chair is the last. Your job is to sit there.
No, my job is to keep
No,
following.
your job
Okay,
is to listen to
sir,
what you
come on,
say.
let's go. Get it, let's go.
Don't touch me.
Well, then get up,
Don't touch me.
then get up and leave, or you're gonna be placed under arrest.
So what?
You're not gonna disrupt the meeting now, go.
I was asking him a question.
Pick him up and go.
Don't touch me.
Get him. We're gonna count.
Chief, not right now.
Wow.
We haven't quit, we haven't quit, the council hasn't quit talking yet. Let us finish talking, and then I'll talk with you.
All I did is I asked you a specific question. I wasn't speaking.
You're not supposed
All
to,
you
you're
had-
not supposed to ask
All you
questions.
had to do was say no, and I would have been quiet. All
I
this,
did.
all of this could have been avoided.
Okay.
All you had to do was say, no, I'm not,
Not
no,
right
you can't.
now.
That's all you had to say.
Okay.
All this is exactly what I'm talking about when I come up here and talk about public safety. All this, not unnecessary pressure.
Now, let me say this. I didn't mean for this to get out there. Now, there needs to be an agenda. I'm not gonna sit up there and say that. That does need to be an agenda. And it needs to be an agenda just for this because it can't be outbursts like that. It cannot be outbursts. I was speaking to the council in June as just trying to lay out something to where the public can bear what it can, but I know this is not the format here. I understand that it's not the format here, but if we could talk later on, I mean, I'll talk to you individually like I did with Greg. If you guys agree, you agree, and if you don't, you don't. I truly understand, and maybe I should have waited before I said anything, but, I do understand this one. Okay, that there is no issues with this one. I don't have any issues with this one. But my thing of the world is that there can be something else. And it doesn't have to even include the city council, for that matter of fact, but an open forum or something for citizens to be able just to talk. And for us just to listen. And if we're not willing to be there, then they can bring it to us and say
There's
these
a
are
whole
concerns.
bunch of things that people want to do in the city. They want to change it. If they want to do, they want to take care of the dogs. They want to open up and sell liquor on Main Street. They want to, they have to get a group of people, they have to do the research, they have to pull it together. They present it to him and he brings it to us. That's the form.
And that's, I
And there's Facebook, I mean, they're videotaping it and putting every meeting on Facebook, at least 3 of them now, apparently.
And that does not
And
intimidate me.
it doesn't intimidate me either, I have nothing to hide.
It's just,
But they're doing it, so they're being able to face their thing. The thing is the interruptions, the putting down of our police force, the verbiage of saying that we are wanting, that we're not doing our job and that we're rushing things through. This is the way you do it.
Councilman Oliver, do you have anything to say?
No, other than, well, I agree with Trina. There should be a platform. So I don't know if it's Facebook, I don't know if it's, or what it should be. But it's definitely not a city council, because there's just not the time. But here it is, 8:11, meeting started an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes ago. You've done everything you need to do, and you're still talking about things. But I'm not against having a platform for the citizens to say anything they
I'm not
want to say.
against the platform.
I just don't know what that platform is. Again, we need to do some research. Are other cities have it? Do they have a platform? Is this an issue in other cities at all? Can we do research, find out what's going on, how they solve everything? We don't have the answers, because this is just something that's come up tonight. And very well said by Mr. Lane. So, give us some time to do some research. Give us some time to find whatever answers that other cities who are facing this problem are handling it, how they're handling it. And if we can handle it the same way, great. If we can't, that's great too. And then we can work on a way to figure out how we can handle it.
Okay, fair enough. So, gentlemen, Councilman Oliver, Councilman Lane, you two are on that board. We're gonna research it, bring it back to us next month. Okay,
Can do.
all right. No,
Is that legal?
no more. All right, now, Mr. Cole, I'll give you 1 minute.
I don't even need a minute, I just want to clarify something. Not everybody in the community understands how government works. What they do know is who they voted for. So, when there's an issue, those are the people they want to speak to. They don't know, they don't want to go talk to Greg, because they voted for the people here. They entrusted their trust in you. So when there's an issue, like I said, every other community I've been in a lot of them, and a part of the city councils, the place for grievances from the community is right here. Whether you say anything, you can say, all right, thank you, next, thank you, next. You don't have to say anything to them, but to listen to them is the key. This is the forum for that. When you talk about other forums, this is the forum for it. And we just got into public comments 15, 20 minutes ago, so when you say we've been here an hour and a half, that's because we talked about the truck for a long time, we talked about the chickens for a long time. So that's the reason why we're here so late, not because of public comment. And as long as I've been here, public comment has never been excessively long. There's only been 2 or 3 people. 6 minutes, 9 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes.
Good point. And that's what these two are going to research, okay? And I think they'll do, I'm sorry about my voice, I think they'll do a good job. Okay. Next thing on the agenda is to adjourn. And then we'll go in, or close the regular session and go into closed session, and we do have an item on the closed session that we need to talk about. So do I have a motion to adjourn?
I make the motion to adjourn the regular session.
Good blessed Tuesday night, October the 8th, 2024, the time being 8:58 p.m. I greet all human beings all around the world, with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. Doesn't matter whether you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't matter if you're my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemy. Doesn't matter whether you like me or anything that I say or do. or produce. That's your prerogative. You have a First Amendment to the United States Constitution. A freedom of press, freedom of speech, freedom of protest, freedom to associate, and freedom to gather. If you're on probation or parole, you want to check with your probation or parole officer to see if you're able to protest or gather together. Or if you're a felon and ain't on probation or parole, check with your local law enforcement officials and see if it's okay for y'all to associate. But this is something that I want, it's a must. It's a must to watch tonight. I want you to see what happened here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County at City Hall at the City Council meeting. I told you the mayor and them blocked me from speaking. And citizens have a right to speak. But I'm going to show you how God worked. After all of the people speaking, they had two individuals spoke. And then I want y'all to listen and see what Robert Hearns did tonight, y'all. You can see that he is a Nazi, a Ku Klux Klan. And I want y'all to listen to what Monica Goodman, one of the city council ladies, said. She said that it's more important things than the citizens talking, but she wanted to put on the agenda about some having chickens in the city. Listen to this real good. See how Robert Hearns, if he had his way, this brother that was trying to speak to the city mayor, you seen what Robert Hearns tried to do, tried to tell his officers to pick him up and take him out, like he tried to force me out. Y'all check this here out. I want y'all to start coming to the city council meeting. I'm gonna leave you young people next year in April. Vote Monica Goodman up out of there, Gooden out of there, and some of the other people. Peace be still. Mississippi County Sheriff. No, that's the Charleston Police Department. I'm hoping, let's see what's going on. Which way are they going here? Going over the bridge. So it must be something happening on the I-57 northbound. They didn't go over the viaduct, which is Boomland. Let me ride my bike down and check it out.
Calling Street Department number 2. Announce yourself. Come to the front door with your hands up.
Ooh, somebody going to jail.
Anyone else inside 519 South Rawlings, apartment number 2.
It's my type of work, y'all. Saving lives.